All right, we're back. Today, we're going to be going through a bit more of our practicing the lift. And I'm going to try and complement it this time with a little bit more core and maybe a bit of just a light sprinkle of legs. As what you notice, I didn't add any legs last time. What I'm doing is I'm trading volume from some other lifts that I would normally do and adding all that volume into my skill lift. So I don't want to just add an excessive amount of volume to every workout on top of what I was already doing. Just to be clear about that, I'm actually trading areas that I'm less concerned about. So that would be, for me, it's legs, even though legs are important and it's a part of, especially if I'm doing any kind of hip hinge with that and I'm explosively using my legs to help lift. It's an important component, but not hugely important in the grand scheme of things in terms of like where I'm going to get to my goal. So trading, replacing that. So I'm going to actually just focus a little bit more on the core side, not on the back today, and not quite as extensively on the arms other than my shoulders. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of warm up that's going to include just overall shoulder health and function, and then little bits of hip opening drills. So that way, you know, if I include some split stance, I'm not going to destroy myself for later. So so let's get some, I like to get some pull aparts with rubber bands. And then we'll do some face pulls. Yeah, somewhere around 20 reps, good. Open it up. All my band shirts I got at actual concerts, by the way. I'm old school like that. So although I've probably supported some of the bands by buying their merch online, but that used to be like the standard. Like, you didn't have a band shirt unless you're actually there. And now these kids can get them at like Walmart and Target. And I'm like, you know, they don't even know the band. They don't know what they sing. And anyway, that's the old man rant. Here we go. Face pull. Is poser even a thing anymore with Gen Z? Like, do they care? Because my kids don't really know anything about being a poser. Yeah, it's funny because, I mean, that used to be a reason why I wouldn't wear anything surf related. I did a little bit of skateboarding back in the day, just so I could wear the cool gear. Skateboarding was hard, man. It was like so much skill to learn, but you would just eat concrete and you'd eat asphalt. And that just got old for me after a while. I was just like shredding my knees up, and now trying to do it as an old man, it's like not gonna happen. So I'm gonna let my kids go through that whole journey without me. Okay, we're gonna do this in place, just a lizard rotation. Have you bought yourself some bioregulators yet? Man, you've been watching this series for, I don't know, what is this, 11 videos or so, and you still haven't considered supporting us? Come on, guys. We can do better than this. Bioregulators. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll just kind of flow into something else. I'll do that a lot with the 90-90 position as well, because you could just flip the focus a bit. It's like, well, I'm down here. So we'll just get a 90-90 here just to. And I like to flip it back. Super relaxing. All right. Woo. Oh, okay. Good for hip opening. I think I'm actually going to do a little bit more just for the shoulders before we get into this. Here's another new band to the playlist. Many Eyes. Just found them. They has a lead singer from Every Time I Die. He's now sings for this band. Good band. All right, let's load this baby up. All right, 22 is my magic spot. I should have just stole this one. Let's steal that one. What am I doing? No, I used to have the perfect spot I would grip it. And it was great because it lined up with my pinkies on the line here on the knurling of the bar. But sometimes I prefer a more narrow grip. It just kind of depends on my mood. One's more comfortable than the other. Heavier weight, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, is my preference a little wider? Is it a little more on the narrow side? So I'm kind of gonna be messing with that, and I'll report back and see. So now I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle. Probably should turn my hat around, but yeah. So we're still kind of incrementally working through our 60% range. We'll throw 185 here on the bar. Good reps, Dylan, good reps. That's what's gonna get us to the promised land. Refining. Yeah, there's like so much ritualizing. Like, I did this for every sport I played. I would have like a whole sequence I'd go through before I got to the batter's box for baseball, for instance. And I would step the batter's box, and I would get in my stance, and I would shift my weight a little bit, and grip the bat, and then I would tuck my chin into my shoulder, and I would work on my rotation. So I'm twisting it across my hips. And then you get in the batter's box, and you get step in is one step in, and then I'm, really kind of digging my foot in, and then I'm coming in with the next foot, getting solid. I'm about 3 of these, and then I'm looking, and then I'm gonna send that shit. So, trying to figure that out for a push press. I do this a lot. I don't know why I do this either, but I feel like it gives me grip. The friction of it kind of heats up the hands. I don't use chalk. A lot of guys use chalk. I'll use chalk when it gets heavy, but again, I don't like using a whole lot of anything. Just get to it. But it's about getting your head right and getting focused. Talking to a camera doesn't help with this process, but for educational purposes, I'm gonna include this. Grab the same exact freaking spot, okay? Every time. Then I shake it, because I want it to know that it's my bitch. That's a little aggressive, but that's kind of what goes in my head. Okay. I think I did about 6 with this weight last time. So I'm gonna do 3 with this weight. And I'm gonna add about 5 pounds on each side, just so I'm not getting overzealous. By the third one, I wanna work in to 205 and have 205 sort of my standard kind of repping it out weight. Oh, and then we rest and we start it over again. I'm like the mustache Fred Durst with this hat, huh? It's just one of those days.
It's just one of those days.
We're gonna organize this PR event ahead of time. Oh, we gotta do something big. I'm gonna bring out all the stops. It's gotta be like, there's gotta be like a live band or something, dude. I think that would really help me. Live band. Like big, huge ogre guys, like slapping the hell out of me. And then a lot of chalk and smelling salts. So it's just grip it and rip it. I don't even want to think about it, you know? That's the only way. It's the only way.
What's up, Moose?
What's up, buddy?
How's it going, dude?
Making progress?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I tell you some honest truth?
What?
You definitely look more jacked.
Sweet.
Like, for real.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Have you
I
checked
hope
your
it's
weight?
doing something. No, I feel like, I gained probably like 5,
you gained like
but
7 pounds, 5 to 7 pounds, dude.
yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. I know, too, when you get working out, you get that pump that just fades real fast.
No,
So
it's
I
not-
feel like,
I know
oh,
it's
it's
in
like
the
there and then
studio,
it's
bro.
gone.
I know it's in the studio, bro.
All right.
It's real.
Well, you got a good eye for it, so I'll trust you.
I study your body.
He does.
You guys.
I send him pictures too all the time, so. Ugh, first one was sloppy. Sloppy. Really makes a difference when you're not focused, man, I'll tell you what. But the cool part is you can correct it the next couple reps. Get back in that line. I want to keep in that line, that tight box I'm placing myself in. Like, I don't want to veer. I don't want the weight to determine any kind of additional force going against this vertical line. I need to take it. So, got to work on getting my body through that window, bringing it back in, popping it up, locking it out. The bringing it down parts I'm less interested in. So safely controlling it actually expends too much energy. If I was in a real gym, I'd go up and then I'd just drop it. The eccentric part I am completely uninterested in. This is all just concentric, explosive how quickly can I get it to its destination with my whole body. And the eccentric, the slowing down, the negative part for control. I mean, that first month was, you know, incorporating that and the isometric component to that. That's all good for control and for maintaining joint health and also muscle hypertrophy and strength. But this is like fast twitch, boom, concentric, okay? That's all I want is that concentric drive. And doing it in a clean, efficient, effective way. So we'll get there. Reps, 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 reps. So that was three. That was three. I got to go up. So this is where if we start feeling like my shoulders aren't really tracking like they should, and it starts getting a little bit like impingement, I just got to be careful to not pressure the hinges at that point. So even though my plan is 6, 7 sets here, a little bit heavier weight than last time, I'm also going to be cognizant that I might just cut a rep out or a set out. All based on feel here, okay? Everything looks good on paper. A little bit of rear delt stability is a good feel. I gotta work on that next, but that felt pretty solid. They say at least 2, if not 5 minutes rest for explosive compound lifts like this, especially if you're practicing it, trying to improve your mechanics and get really solid reps that you can kind of burn into the subconscious. So yeah, unfortunately the rest part is such a crucial piece. Anytime we increase the load, we start to feel it. So we'll see how it goes after this, but we're about to crush this one. Worry about it later. What about the world's greatest supplement? You know it's got to be creatine. All the studies prove creatine is one of the most helpful supplements out there, not just for muscles and strength, but also for cognitive health and all kinds of other health benefits. So creatine gummies is a cool way to kind of introduce that and also to adhere to it. So to be consistent is everything. And for me, creatine gummies help a lot with that. So Legion makes a great product. Sometimes you feel that little groove, that pocket right there. It's nice because you don't literally have to put and exert as much force production. So I don't have to like muscle it up as much when you really can connect those legs, the core, and the upper body simultaneously. So that's the thing, that synergistic sync up, the symphony of everything working together. But sometimes you got to do a lot of work sets to get there. And most people can relate to that when you get like midway sometimes, especially if you're doing a lot of sets of something. Somewhere in the middle, you're like, wait a minute, it's clicking, it's easier. And it was a real struggle, like those first sort of 2-3 sets. So that's the cool part. Your central nervous system recognizes it, responds, realizes you're safe, and just allows for that process to really fuel you with more muscle fibers to recruit. Anyways, it's cool. It's comparable to what Arnold felt when he got the pump. That's how I feel when I'm like, ooh, that was easy and it like was a lot of weight, you know? I remember I was in a mosh pit for this song. Oh my God. That was melee. People were throwing elbows, like jumping off the stage, kicking me in the head.
Wow.
Whew, it was nuts. Super fun though. Ah, let's get it. Yeah, too excited. Living sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's sunny today. Wow, it's sunny out there. I like the Dungeness vibes in here though, I'll be honest. I hope we've built trust so far, because I can already hear my playlist starting to reveal what I really listen to when nobody's watching. All right, we'll go front loaded this time. So many variations to lunges I do all the time, but that's for different reasons. We're crucified. So there should be a playlist out there. Mind Pump Justin. Check it out on Spotify. Anything you heard here so far, I'll make sure and keep it on that playlist, and then anything else I'll add to it as we go. But if there's any other freaks out there like me that like heavy, crazy music, check it out. It's funny. I spent the whole weekend listening to like 80s love songs, so go figure. Working out is working out, okay? I gotta work out the metal, dude. There's no other way. What are you doing? Like, you're not doing it right. That's just how I feel. We're gonna do some, I hate these, but I'm gonna do them. We're gonna do some side bends, but we're gonna do it a lot cooler way, okay? We're gonna take a little piece from Old Time Strength, and then we're gonna turn it into a side bend instead of just a single arm hold with the barbell. We're gonna end up turning that into a side bend. So I can work on the obliques and also my grip at the same time. Make sure I keep my core strong and bracing me so I don't have to wear a belt, because I just think it'd be cool to not have to wear a belt with that kind of weight over my head. like a tiny bit cooler than doing it with a plate. I don't know. I think you've seen people do this on like a back extension where they lean sideways and they kind of hang over. I always used to make fun of it, and now here I am. So 2 sets of this, and then how about we do something weird with the rings, yeah? All right, the other side. We're gonna kind of do a ball up, I guess. You do a ball up into a skin the cat. All right, we'll see if this mic stays on my hat. That lights the whole body up. Don't need to do too many reps of those. As long as you got constant muscle tension through the whole exercise, which I kind of exaggerate and add a lot more contraction there so I can maximize, especially with the abs, to keep and maintain that range of motion in my shoulder. That's paramount, doing all of this impact, high impact, fast twitch type of lifting, trying to complement that still. So, skin the cat's kind of a gnarly one that you got to really build up some good range of motion in your shoulder and strength control to pull it off. But it reminds you of being a kid, right? Monkey bars. Sure you all did that when you were kids. You still do it when you're 45. No big deal. We'll do one more set. Right now, Athlete X would have his shirt off. Maybe someday. Maybe the exclusive content. I actually work out naked. After hours. All right. All right, we'll do one more, call it a day. Used to do crazy stuff with like front levers and never got a iron cross, but that was definitely a goal I had a long time ago. All right, hope you learned something. Hope I inspired you. And go check out our MAPS program so I can feed my kids. Love ya. See you next time.